We've all heard the promises, right? This amazing future with AI assistants that just get us. They know what we need, they help us out, and they make life way easier. But if you've actually used one, you know the reality can be, well, a little less intelligent. So let's dive into exactly why that happens, and more importantly, how we can fix it. I mean, have you ever had that feeling? You're talking to a support bot, you patiently explain your whole situation, and then literally 2 messages later, it asks for the exact same information you just gave it. Ugh, it's that sinking feeling, isn't it? That you're starting over from scratch with every single message?
And this right here, this simple little exchange, it gets to the absolute heart of the problem. It's not just a frustrating moment for you, it's a fundamental limitation in how many of these systems are built. They have no memory. They're basically living in the present moment with no idea what was said just seconds before.
So let's break down why this happens. And, it's not really a bug in the traditional sense. It's a core technical challenge. Building a system that can actually remember information within a conversation, let alone across multiple conversations over weeks or months, is incredibly difficult.
Let's just give this problem a name, right? We'll call it conversational amnesia. It's that frustrating loop of repeating yourself over and over again because the agent just doesn't have a way to store and retrieve context. So the big question becomes, what if we could give it away? And that, right there, is where the solution lies. We're talking about Amazon Bedrock AgentCore memory. And the idea is actually beautifully simple. What if we could give the AI agent a brain, a dedicated place to store, process, and recall information so it can have truly intelligent, context-aware conversations?
The huge shift here is moving away from what we call a stateless bot, one that basically has the memory of a goldfish and forgets everything instantly, to an agent with a persistent memory. This lets it learn and grow over time to provide a personalized experience, kind of like a real person would.
Now, this brain isn't just one big blob of memory. It's got 2 really distinct parts that work together. First, you have short-term memory. That's all about what's happening right now. It's tracking the conversation as it happens. Then you have long-term memory. This is where the really important stuff goes. Key facts, your preferences, things that it should remember forever.
Okay, theory is great and all, but this really comes to life when you see it in practice. So let's follow a customer, we'll call her Sarah, and see exactly how an agent with AgentCore memory handles her request from start to finish. We're going to walk through this quick 6-step process. We'll see how the memory gets created, how it captures the chat, and then how it actually uses that information to help Sarah. Think of it as a little peek behind the curtain at the agent's thought process.
So it all starts with Sarah. Like pretty much all of us at some point, she's just trying to figure out where her package is. So she starts a chat with the support agent. The moment she does, the system creates a unique session to track this one specific interaction. Now, while they're talking about the delayed order, Sarah casually drops this little nugget of information. Now, a standard bot would just see this as another line of text and poof, it'd be gone forever. But for our smart agent, this is absolute gold. This is a long-term preference. So here's where the magic happens. The agent takes this whole exchange and stores it in its short-term memory, just so it knows what's going on. But, and this is the crucial part, in the background, it recognizes that bit about FedEx is important and sends it over to be processed into its long-term memory, tagging it as a key user preference.
Fast forward a week, Sarah is back, and she needs help with a totally new order. But instead of asking her about her preferences all over again, the agent does something amazing. It does what's called a semantic search on its long-term memory. It's not just looking for the word FedEx, it's actually asking for the meaning. Do I know how Sarah likes her packages to be shipped? And boom! The memory comes back instantly with the answer, yes, FedEx. And just like that, the agent has the context it needs to give Sarah a totally seamless, personalized experience. It remembers her. That right there, no more conversational amnesia. That is the power of this system in action.
Okay, so for all the builders, the developers, the tinkerers out there, the next question's obvious, right? This is really cool, but how do I actually use it? So let's take a look at how AgentCore memory can be integrated into your apps, because you've got a few different ways to go about it. This table kind of breaks down your options, and you can think of it like this. If you're already living in the LangChain world and you want to move super fast, their integrations are going to be your best friend. Now, if you're building something totally custom and you need to control every single little detail, you'll want the power and flexibility of the main AWS SDK. And for that perfect spot in the middle, a simpler, easier interface, the AgentCore and Strands SDKs are built just for that.
All right, so let's zoom out. We've seen the problem, we've seen the solution in action, and we've seen how to implement it. But what's the big picture here? Why does giving an AI a memory fundamentally change the entire game?
At the end of the day, this is all about a massive transformation. It's about going from those clunky, repetitive queries to having natural conversations. It's moving from generic, one-size-fits-all responses to truly personalized assistance. It is about finally leaving those forgetful bots behind and building intelligent agents that actually remember us, creating better, more effective, and, frankly, more human-like AI experiences.
And that's really the thought I want to leave you with. Just imagine for a second the applications, the services, the assistants you could create if you knew for a fact that your AI would never, ever forget. The possibilities? Well, they're pretty exciting to think about.